Utah. 4 years ago, this area became a boomtown. The Uinta Basin's rich reserves of shale oil brought investment, jobs, and money. But then the price of oil dropped below $35 a barrel. Construction came to a halt, jobs were lost. Now, once again, this is just another farming community. But the farms you're about to see are no ordinary farms. Some might call them old-fashioned, outlandish, or downright weird. These are pasture-raised beef farms, a trend that could free the American cattle rancher from the typical factory farm commodity-driven business model.
Well, first few things we saw when we switched to just grazing only, that rosin weed completely vanished out here. We haven't put any fertilizer on, haven't treated it in any way other than just grazing it. It says and graze a strip at a time, kind of intensively, but moving the animals every day when we graze across this. The other thing is the variety of plant species is increasing. We've got some fescue, and there's brome grass, there's some orchard grass that have just come in naturally.
What's this one?
That's alfalfa.
Oh, okay.
That was the last thing that was planted here the last time we farmed this. I think what we're doing here is it's really enjoyable, and I think it's sustainable in the long run, in the big picture, environmentally sustainable.
The pasture-raised beef trend is just beginning to catch on in Utah. However, back east, the strength of the movement is beginning to scare factory farm big ag producers.
Imagine what it would be if, as a national policy, the idea would be to have such nutritionally dense food that people actually felt better, had more energy, and weren't sick as much. You know, now see, that's a noble goal.
Joel Salatin is known as the high priest of pasture.
Outdoors here, and tell us about all of your outreach and the things that you're doing.
Well, it's busy. It's busy. I speak to a lot of colleges, sustainable ag, even business organizations. I don't know, a lot of people are interested in food and integrity food and good food, and so here we are.
So the question is, does it pay off? Certainly results may vary, and Joel Salatin has been doing this for over 30 years. His results certainly show promise.
The average farm in our community generates about $250 per acre in gross annual sales. We generate $8,000 per acre in annual gross sales because we're layering these different species symbiotically and synergistically on the pasture.
The pasture-raised business model has the power to not only transform farms, but to rewrite the code that small towns have been operating under for far too long. Small towns in Utah and throughout the United States struggle because they're based on a commodity-driven market, and massive corporations that have written the laws and the rules have dominated for far too long. This is the way to bring freedom and control back to family farms. Watch the rest of the videos in this series where we explore 2 farms in more detail. This film is sponsored in part by IFA, serving Utah farmers since 1923.